Hey guys, welcome back to Pop 'em Up Food. We're here with Dank Munch. This one's a real cheapie, really quick, and super tasty. And you can play around with it as much as you want. So we're going to do a bulgur and red pepper salad. Let's get stuck right in. Don't need much at all for this one. I've got an onion, but I'm only going to need half an onion. I've got some parsley and some dill. Now you'll see these look a bit weird because I keep them frozen because otherwise buying fresh herbs can be annoying. I've got a green pepper there. Use a red pepper is way better. A couple of small cucumbers or one big English one. A couple of cloves of garlic. Some salt. Some cumin. You know I love that cumin. Couple of lemons. Can of chickpeas. Some olive oil. A little bit of sugar. And of course some bulgur. First things first, we want to get our bulgur going. So this is really easy. Get your kettle boiled. Get about 1 cup of your bulgur and then just put that bulgur in a bowl. And when you do bulgur, you want to do about 1.5 times the amount of boiling water to bulgur. So I'm going to put 1 cup of bulgur in here and just over 1 cup of boiling hot water. Now, I didn't put salt in here. Make sure you put salt in here. Put loads of salt in. Salt's good in everything. You know I love the salt. So you're just going to put that in the bowl and then you're just going to cover that with some cling film. And once you've done that, you can just put it to the side and about 20 minutes, half an hour. Doesn't really matter after 20 minutes, half an hour. It's all on preference from then. We're going to take that and then we'll finish making our salad with it. Once we've done that, we can just pop it to the side and then we're just going to start preparing. So the next thing I would prepare here is the onion, the red onion. Red onion's a bit better here, I think, anyway. Now I only want half of the red onion, and what I'm going to do is red onion or onion in general can be a bit sharp when you put it in a dish but just by itself. So I'm just going to chop it up nice and small, and then I'm just going to take some cold water and then I'm just going to put my chopped onion in that cold water for about 10-15 minutes. And this just takes that sharp edge off and just allows the flavor to be a bit more pleasant when you have it in the salad. I think so anyway. Don't have to do this step. You can just add the onion straight away. If you're fine with it, it's up to you. But I prefer just adding it in with that little bit of water. So guys, one of the best things about this recipe is that's as close as we get to cooking. Seriously, that's it. So we've got our bulgur waiting and slowly cooking by itself, and we've got our onions slowly kind of stewing in the cold water there as well. So I'm going to take my chickpeas and I'm going to drain my chickpeas, and I usually give them a little bit of a rinse in cold water as well, just to wash off that salt water that they come in. And then I'm just going to pop those in a bowl on the side. So what I'm going to do here is this is going to be the basis of our salad. So we're going to now start adding all our ingredients. Next, I'm going to chop the parsley and the dill. I could have chopped these smaller, but I had a little bit of a sore hand. So you can chop these up nice and fine. And also, if you do freeze them, wait a little bit longer than I did before you start, because these were still a little bit cold. But again, that's just a problem I'm having here. You're going to want about half a cup of each of those. So you see, I just need a little bit more dill, and parsley was fine there. I don't need all that parsley either, so I'll just put that to one side. Cucumbers, you're going to chop lengthways and then cut the ends off and cut them lengthways once more. And then you can chop them all at once. If you're not comfortable, again, with your knife, don't do something stupid like this. Just do one at a time. It's completely fine. Throw your cucumber in. So we're well on our way now. Here you can see I'm going to chop up my green pepper. Now I'm using green pepper here. I don't really recommend this. As in all of these videos, I'm literally just using what's in my fridge, as I think you should be if you want to keep this, nice and cheap. But yeah, I'd certainly recommend the red pepper. Just gives that bit of extra sweetness to the dish that I don't really get with this green pepper one. But again, I'd recommend to use one in your fridge if you have it. So we add that in there. Nice. Lemons are nice and easy. I'm just going to chop these in half, and then I'm just going to squeeze the juice from them into the bowl with the chickpeas, herbs, and cucumber in. I pick a couple of pips out here. You see, you don't want to accidentally squeeze the pips in. Okay, so now we're really starting to get some flavor in there. We've got some acid in there. We're going to add some salt, and we're going to add some fat in a little bit as well. You really want a lot of lemon juice in this. Lemon juice really gets the flavor out of the other things, and then we're going to add salt and we're going to add cumin. So I think I only add a teaspoon here, but I think because I didn't add some in the bulgur, I end up adding some more later on. Don't be shy on the salt with this recipe. It is bland if you don't have salt properly mixed in, and it doesn't really work when you put it on top after as well. You really want it mixed through. So add some salt, add some cumin. This is where you could really make the whole thing a little bit more bougie. Add a little bit of sugar here as well. You could add chili flakes here, as I do usually at the dining table, but I had a guest over who didn't like hot food, so I didn't add that today. But again, you can really choose this point to make it your own, but this is your basics right here. I'm just going to crush my garlic underneath the knife blade and then give it a nice little chop and throw it all in. Okay, then we can give that quick mix. And it's starting to look nice and tasty now before we add the onions and bulgur. Again, we haven't gone near any stove or any oven like that. So I'm just going to drain my onions and then throw my onions in there. They've been nice and mellowed, so their flavor's nice and rounded. And after I've got my bulgur done, so I waited about another 10 minutes, my bulgur's done. I'm just going to unwrap that, and you'll see it goes like stodgy, so you want to give it a good mix, and I'm just going to mix it all in a slightly larger bowl. Really give it a good mix, and then just throw the rest of the mixture that you've made while you were waiting in. And so you've got a really nice salty, acidic mix going on. The last thing we need to do is add our fat. So I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of olive oil here. Again, it might seem like a lot when you're pouring it out, but you really need that. And you can see a little cheeky bit of extra salt there. You know, I love my salt. So again, give this a really, really good mix, and it's ready. That's it. And this keeps in the fridge really well as well. So it's good if you're, you want to serve for a few people and also want some lunch the next day or even the day after that. Goes well in a Tupperware. Cheeky bit more salt as well. Goes well in a Tupperware, and yeah, it is tasty cold because it's served cold. So it doesn't have that loss that sometimes when you put stuff in the fridge does. It's really great the next day, so it's a good thing to carry around with you if you've got stuff to do and you're busy the next day. So thanks for joining me, guys. That's it right there. Super easy, super quick, super cheap. Job done. Thanks again for joining me, guys. And I know this one may have been a little bit lower quality because I'm trying to get one video out on Pop 'em Up Food, one video out on Pop 'em Up Life every Tuesday. Going to be premiering those, trying to keep it regular. Thank you very much. See you later.